If you've been paying attention to the conservative circus and to anything that's going on in the nation, you know that Border Patrol is dropping off illegals in Gila Bend. Today, we're going to take a ride down to Gila Bend and show you exactly where they're dropping these people off. That's Clemson Tiger King right there. Yeah, we're riding together. There it is. We are in Gila Bend, Arizona. This is Mayor Riggs. This is who's been on my show about 2 or 3 times.
3 times.
And the last time he was on, we were both shocked that you had not heard from the governor after
Absolutely.
you had declared a state of an emergency here in Gila Bend because of the Border Patrol dropping off illegals in town, and you had to try to find a way to get them to
a shelter or someplace to get them out of the community, because I have nothing here. I will say, finally, Friday night after your show, I did hear from the governor, or from his staff, and totally got the comments, well, we just didn't know. I don't understand how you didn't know. It was all over national news. It was all over local news. How you didn't know is still beyond me, but so be it. He has offered to any assistance that I may need.
That's excellent.
So I worked real hard to get him and Senator Kelly and Senator Sinema staff together to make sure I have no more drops, because like I told you on your program, you know, they were telling me, well, eventually they're going to start dropping single males in my community. Well, sure enough, Friday I get a call. We're going to drop 25 to 30 single males. Thursday they
wait a minute.
Well,
we talked about this because you had contacted the Biden administration, and they said that they weren't going to do that, but then Border Patrol told you, like,
changed on Thursday and said, no, we're still dropping people, and eventually we are going to be dropping single males. Well, that becomes a real issue because I have 3 female drivers and myself. I'm working nights right now. I can't drive. So I'm not letting one of my female drivers drive single males without knowing their full background. I mean, they're strangers. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to risk my employees' safety that way. Sure enough, they've said they're going to drop them on Friday. Luckily, the senators did get together and managed to get those diverted. Then they called and said, we're going to drop them Saturday. They got them diverted. And they called and said, they're going to drop them today. They, again, got diverted. But it's just frustrating that we can't come to an agreement, because literally they keep telling me, well, you know, you have stuff there. What do I have?
Well, we just drove through town. Beautiful town.
Beautiful town.
Small town. And we blew through here in maybe about 2 or 3 minutes. We were doing the speed limit.
Yep.
But we blew through there and then turned around and came back. And I'm like, if this becomes a hub to where they're dropping people off, all of a sudden you're going to having the citizens here are going to start having problems when it comes to resources and groceries and all that stuff.
And they're dropping them off. They have no money. So what do you expect when people have no money? They have nothing with them besides some clothes. Eventually, my thefts are going to increase, because you're putting them in a position where they don't have any other choice. So use some common sense. Take them to areas that actually have shelters. And I mean, I hear the administration talk common sense all the time, but this is no common sense.
No common sense. So I want you to take us to where they dropped them off. I think there were like 1 or 2 places, like either a park or
a park. I will take you over there right now.
Okay. Again, we're hanging out with Mayor Riggs here. We're in Gila Bend. We rode the motorcycles over just to talk to him, because we want to see for ourselves, and I appreciate you making the time.
Absolutely.
All right. Next stop, the drop off. Okay, again, we have Mayor Riggs here. We are in Gila Bend, and this is the place where they drop the illegals, or they drop the families off here.
Right here.
Now, this is supposed to be, I thought there was supposed to be like a Greyhound station or a bus stop here or something.
They consider that stop right there for the Metro shuttle to be a bus stop.
Come on.
Problem is, you have to buy your tickets 24 hours in advance and online. Even Border Patrol was floored when we told them, when they dropped the first group off here, they can't just hop on a bus. They're like, well, we thought they could. No, you didn't do your background.
So they would drop them off here, literally,
right here,
and say, see ya.
Yep. Oh yeah, they literally just took right off. As soon as they unloaded, they took off. So that left us stuck with them. and we had to get them, because quite frankly, we have no shelters here.
Here's where the kids are playing. Beautiful.
You can see kids over there playing, kids in here playing.
And right here is the
senior center.
Senior center.
Which, again, you start looking at, they're not testing these migrants, yet the ones the Department of Health Services does test are the unaccompanied minors. They've tested a little over 38,000, had 2,800 come back positive, some of them with the Brazilian strain of COVID. Now you're telling me that you're going to dump them right next to a senior center. What is that? Is that a repeat of New York?
New York, it seems to be a pattern. We talk about this on the show all the time. The governors are sending people rehabbing from COVID to the very worst place in the world you can send them.
Because, and it's a real concern to me what they're being put in jeopardy of, that I need to do something. And like I said before, now you're going to drop adult males here. What are they going to do?
Well, great question. And what are they going to do? How do the neighbors feel about the fact that they drop them off here? Where do they go from here? I mean, this is a neighborhood. The main strip is right behind us.
Yep.
If you weren't here out of the kindness of your heart and the concern for the community to pick them up, literally, where would they go after Border Patrol drops them off?
No clue. There's nothing here. I mean, that grocery store over there has been closed down for 3 years. So we don't have a grocery store even here for them to get supplies to make the 30+ mile walk to get to Buckeye. So what are they going to do?
So the good news here, the silver lining is, after your appearance in the center ring of the conservative circus for the third time, thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
You finally started to hear from, you had heard from Senator Sinema before this.
Right.
And you also heard from, I think, a representative before this.
Yes, Joel John.
Okay, but now you've heard from the
Senator
power players.
Kelly. I've heard from Congressman Biggs, but granted, Congressman Biggs and Congressman Gosar, they've always reached out. Hey, is there something we can help you with? Senator Sinema always reached out. What can I do for you? It was nice to finally see Senator Kelly get involved, and now seeing the governor get involved finally.
So
I appreciate what you did, got me out there.
Here's the story, though. At the end of the day, this is what the Biden administration is doing. They're dropping off. They reversed all of the Trump policies that held them in place, that were bringing them in, and now they just swung open the doors. And people like Mayor Riggs here. That's okay. Governor.
I've been called that already.
Mayor Riggs here is doing the best he can to make sure that his citizens are taken care of, and even that the people who were dumped are being taken care of. But this is not the way it's supposed to be. And this is a problem that only kicked up when we had the change of administration.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, I'm seeing additional foot traffic, way more, 20-30% more than I've ever seen, even under the Obama-Biden administration.
We got a crisis on the border, folks, but we got good people like this that are trying to handle it in their own backyard. Continue to pray for the mayor here, pray for this community, pray for the state, pray for the country. Thank you for your time this afternoon, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to head on back after we, check out some food here.
Oh, absolutely.